Hey, I'm VizPiz, and in today's video, we're taking a personality test. Now, I've actually never done one of these before, so I'm kind of intrigued what the answers I'm going to get are going to be like. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Fast and easy. This should take less than 12 minutes. Be yourself, answer honestly, even if you don't like the answer. Complete it all. Try not to leave any neutral answers. Okay, so first question is, you enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. Well, this kind of depends. I really like going to places where I get to meet a lot of people, but I also really like hanging out with my friends. I'm gonna say yeah. I enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. Okay, you often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. Yes, I do this all the time. I love to think about just what I just like to just think about crazy out of the box things, things that like couldn't even be possible. It's crazy. I like to think about stuff like that. Your travel plans are more likely to look like a rough list as a lift of ideas than a detailed itinerary. Um, I want to say kinda. I like to actually no. I like to be pretty organized. I like to keep things pretty organized. I always keep my desk pretty clean because it annoys me whenever it's not. You often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it has taken place. I'm gonna slightly agree with this. I kind of like to link back about what I could have said differently, but it doesn't really bother me that much. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is support them emotionally, not try to solve their problem. Yeah, I would agree with this because I feel like, yeah, I'd actually fully agree with that. I feel like you need to get the person feeling back up to speed before you'll actually be able to get anything done. People can really upset you. No, I get upset pretty often. Um, I'm pretty emotional and sensitive, so it doesn't take much to get me there. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. Um, I would. I don't really want to put it in the middle, but I just have to. I don't really. That doesn't really bother me very much because I mean, like, I don't really care that much if they started it. Cool. If I started it, cool. I don't really. It doesn't really matter to me unless they just stop responding, and then like if I'm trying to talk to them and tell them about something, and then they just stop like seeming to have any interest at all, then it kind of gets a little annoying, but not really. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. Yeah, I would like to say that I agree with this, because it bothers me whenever I'm off track and I have things to get done, but I'm out doing something else, so I can't really get them done, so I feel like I would be the type of person to try to get those done as fast as possible. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you met. This is a tough one because I like to leave good first impressions. I'm gonna slightly disagree because I worry a little bit. I wouldn't say I never worry. Actually, yeah, I guess I slightly agree because I rarely worry. It would be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored. I disagree with this. I can always find something to do whenever I'm bored. I pretty much don't have any problems with being bored. You are more of a detail-oriented person than a big picture person. I slightly agree with that. I like to keep things in the detail, but I'm not against seeing the big picture of things. You are very affectionate with people you care about. Yes, I am a, like I said, sensitive person, and I care about that kind of stuff. You have a careful and methodical approach to life. Um, I would slightly disagree with this because I like to go and do things. My bucket list would probably be never ending. But yeah. You are still bothered by the mistakes you made a long time ago. I slightly agree with this. It doesn't really bother me that much, but I am slightly bothered by the mistakes I made. Even I don't really know. Not like an extremely long time ago, but mistakes I made like within a month or something. I'll be like, oh, I'm so dumb. Why did I do that? Stuff like that. At parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. I'm gonna halfway disagree with that. I like to kind of be in with everybody. I like to be doing stuff. I wouldn't really want to be the one sitting in the corner of the room just doing nothing at all. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them. I'm gonna disagree with this completely because I'm pretty emotionally given or guided, so I I would relate. When looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the catalog. Yes, this is totally me. I cannot decide ever what to watch, what to do, and what not. I have to let someone else decide if there's someone else there with me, but I can't decide by myself. I'll just sit there for hours. just scrolling, and I won't be able to decide. You can stay calm under a lot of pressure. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty good at staying calm under a lot of pressure. When in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping right into the conversation. Yummy. Yeah, I don't really have any problems jumping right into the conversation. I would slightly agree with this. It doesn't really bother me that much to just like to to start talking to new people. Um, when if it's a group of people, but if it's like a one-on-one thing, it's a little awkward. So I would probably disagree if that was the case. When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical. I actually don't remember my dreams. Like, I'm the type of person to not remember any of my dreams, so I want to put that right in the middle because I have no clue. In your opinion, it is sometimes okay to step on others to get ahead in life. What? No! Don't put others down just to get yourself a lead. No. No. Okay, you are dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked. I'd kind of agree with that. I do get sidetracked a little bit. Actually, I would kind of agree with that because I get sidetracked quite often. But I am pretty focused on my goals. If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge. I slightly disagree with that. There have been times, but in the most case, it wouldn't really bother me that much. When at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Um, yeah, I would mostly talk to the one. Actually, yeah, I think that's a good place because I would like to meet new people, but I feel like I would mostly talk to the people who I already know. I feel like that would just be a lot easier for me. I wouldn't have to stress about talking to new people. You usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical. This isn't really me. It doesn't really bother me that much when it gets philosophical. I'm gonna put that right in the middle because it doesn't really bother me, but I probably wouldn't go into the deep philosophical details of anything. You would never let yourself cry in front of others. I disagree with that greatly. I've cried in front of probably all of my friends. It doesn't really bother me that much, to be honest. You feel more drawn to places with a bustling and busy atmosphere than more quiet and intimate ones. Um, it depends who's there, but I would probably slightly agree with that. It really depends who's there, because if my friends are there, then yes, I would totally prefer to be there. But if it was just like people I didn't know and it was crazy, I probably wouldn't. I don't really know. You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future. Yes, I love doing that. It's so much fun to me discussing those kind of things. When it comes to making life-changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. Now this one's kind of hard to answer. Um, I'm gonna put it right in the middle on this one. I know I've already done that twice. I know it says not to do that very much, but I just can't help it. I really just don't know which one I would pick. You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something you cannot see, touch, or experience. Um, I would slightly disagree with this. Because I feel like I have pretty strong beliefs in things. It doesn't really bother me to try to at least believe that something's possible. So I'd slightly disagree. You usually prefer to get your revenge rather than forgive. No. Forgive everybody. Why would you ever try to get revenge? That's not the way to live life. It's not a happy way to live if you just go after sodding revenge on everyone who's ever wronged you. You often make decisions on a whim. I feel like I would kind of make decisions on a whim. Because I don't really know. I just feel like that's where it would go. The time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than the time you spend with other people. Um, no. I really like spending time with other people, and I feel like when I'm at home, bored, sitting and doing nothing, unless I'm playing with my friends online, I find it pretty boring. So I would probably enjoy spending my time with other people rather than just myself. You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning or the message of a song or movie. Yeah, I do this. I really like to find out the meaning. You can ask any of my friends and they'll probably tell you that. I like to find the meaning behind songs and stuff like that. I don't really watch a lot of movies, but I do watch, I mean, there's some movies that I'm in love with, but I don't watch a ton of movies, but I do listen to a lot of music. You always know exactly what you want. I feel like this is a hard one to agree with because sometimes you don't know what you want until you have it. So I'm going to slightly disagree. You rarely think back on the choices you made and wonder what you could have done differently. Yeah, I'd say I rarely think about this. Probably like I don't really think about it very much. Yes. When in a public place, you usually stick to quieter and less crowded areas. I slightly disagree with this. Like I said, I would probably find it boring to just be in a public area where no one's really doing anything. I'd like to be all in the action, you know? Okay. You tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities. No. I like to think about what the future could be and stuff like that. This question was very similar to the last one. Or not the last one, that one before. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. Slightly agree. It's kind of hard to know what people are feeling. But like I said, I'm a pretty sensitive, emotional person. So it's not extremely hard to know because I would relate. But yeah. When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions upfront as possible. I'm confused by the question. When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions upfront as possible. Oh, like you set bullet points, like a rough draft. I'm not really the type of person to do this. I would disagree. I'm kind of the person to just make it come up as I go. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it will be until they become disappointed in you. No, I don't really think about this at all. Like, that thought has never really come across my head. I'm a pretty positive person. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. Someone I find interesting, yes. Some random person, probably not. If it was someone I found interesting, then I probably wouldn't be too nervous to talk to them. Because if I'm interesting, we'd already have stuff to talk about. You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas or scenarios. Yeah, I kind of do this a little bit. I don't really do it very often, though. You look after yourself first and others come second. No! Come on. Don't be selfish. We're all human. We're all living this world together. You gotta be friendly. Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you usually just end up doing what you feel like at any given moment. Kinda? I'm kind of a spasmatist. Is that right? Probably not. But I kind of just do whatever, even if I have a plan, which is probably not the smartest idea. Oh, whatever. Your mood can change very quickly. Yeah, my mood can change decently fast. Nah. You often contemplate contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Not very often, but I do. So I'm gonna give that 1. You often talk about your own feelings and emotions. Well, here I am now. 3 stars. I'm talking about, hi guys, I love you guys. I love you so much. Okay, anyways. You got detailed education or career development plans stretching several years into the future. Yeah, kinda. I like to think that I have a plan for the future. I'm gonna give that 1 star. You rarely dwell on your regrets. Yeah, I don't really regret a lot of things. I kind of think more about ahead than thinking more into the past, so I'm gonna agree with that. I rarely do that. I rarely dwell on my regrets. Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people and around quickly makes you feel drained and in need of a getaway. Not really. I don't really. It doesn't really bother me to be at parties and stuff with lots of people. I actually kind of enjoy doing it, and that's kind of my getaway, anyways. So I'm gonna get 2 stars or 2 circles on that one. You see yourself as more of a realist than a visionary. I'm gonna slightly disagree with this one because I like to think about the future and stuff like that, so I'd slightly disagree. You find it easy to empathize with a person who has gone through something you never have. Um, yeah, I mean, I really like to talk about people's problems and stuff like that. It really makes me feel good to know that I can help people who are going through problems, and it's just nice to learn about new problems that you've never had before because we're all going through different stuff, man. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. Yeah, I agree with that. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Yes. After a long and exhausting week, a fun party is what you need. Yeah, I was talking about this earlier. That would be heck of a lot of fun. Yes. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancement can change everyday life. Yes, baby! I love technology. I love it. 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 I love technology to the core of the planet. That doesn't make any sense. But I like it a lot, and I like to think about what the technology will be like in the future and stuff like that. You always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. Yeah, I mean, you should always think before you act. I'm gonna agree with this one. There have been times where I haven't, but I always try to make sure that before I say something, it's not gonna hurt their feelings or anything. You still honor the commitments you have made, even if you have a change of heart. I'd say yeah, because I would tell people that I like to play games, and then I'd get the game, and I wouldn't really enjoy it that much, but I would still play the game with them. So, yeah, I feel like I would agree with that. You rarely feel insecure. I slightly disagree with that. I used to feel really insecure, but I don't really feel that way anymore. But I used to be pretty insecure about the way I looked, but now I really don't care. I could care less. So, disagree. Slightly agree. Agree. Okay, let's see the results. I'm a campaigner. Your personality type is campaigner. So I'm 64% extroverted. My energy, I'm 66% intuitive, so I'm not very observant. My nature, I'm 86% feeling. Yes, I have a lot of emotions, and I like to show them. Tactics, I'm 57% prospecting. Yeah, why would you judge people? Don't judge people. We're all human. I've said that 3 times already, but it's true. Don't judge people. Identity, I'm 58% assertive. Huh, not too shabby. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this kind of video. I've never done a personality test, so I'm interested with these results. So I think I'll save them. But yeah, I think this is cool. I'm glad I took the test, and I hope you guys are glad I did it too. And if you enjoyed watching, don't forget to drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.